Hey everyone, my name is Allie from alliesketolife.com and welcome to my channel. It's getting really close to Christmas, which is actually literally around the corner next week, and I'm really excited and I have all my Christmas shopping done, and I just kind of wanted to talk about something today, not keto related, but just kind of about family traditions and the holidays and the spirit and the feeling that comes with it. So like today it snowed all day and I love the snow. I live in upstate New York, and we actually lived in Tennessee for a year and I loved it and it was beautiful there. But I felt a really big disconnect around the holidays because I grew up with the snow, and my husband is from Vermont, so he grew up with a lot of snow. So Christmas rolled around and we felt like this is the weirdest holiday ever. And I just love it. I think it's beautiful. I love when you can like snuggle up and watch movies and just, have a nice little snow day. I can't wait until my daughter is old enough to, go outside and play in the snow. We bought her a snowsuit and it's ridiculously large on her, but it's so cute. And, so I just kind of wanted to talk about that. And I wanted to share with you kind of like how it works for us. This is our first year with our baby. So it is going to be a little bit different this year. So we have been together for 8 years. And every Christmas Eve, we've always kind of used our time off, and like my husband's PTO, we've always used that around the holidays. So we normally would take a week and go to Vermont and spend Christmas Eve with his family because his mom always ends up working Christmas Day. So we do Christmas Eve with his family, normally with his siblings and their significant others. And it's always been really nice because we've gotten to spend time with both families for the holiday. I think it's like a 2.5, 3 hour drive for us. So we always go, and normally I make dinner or something at his parents' house. I love to cook. If you're new to my channel, my parents are chefs. My mom's a pastry chef. My dad is pretty much specializes in any other type of food. So I grew up loving to cook, and I grew up like learning recipes, and just if I get a recipe that's written, I have a problem. I can't stick to it. I have to tweak it. It's just me. It's my personality. So that's always been really nice for us, and we always did Secret Santa with the siblings, and then everybody buys for like the parents. So it's always been really nice to experience that. And then normally Christmas Day, we would hop in the car, me, him, and our 115-pound dog, and drive back to New York. I'm an only child, so there was no way I could miss Christmas with my family. And because I would just feel awful leaving them leaving them alone on Christmas. So that was always different for us. So we always hopped in the car and drove. We actually did it from Tennessee one year and like spent a week in Vermont and then spent a week in New York and then drove back to Tennessee with the dog and like all the crap that we got for Christmas. And it was a fun travel experience, but I'm happy we live closer now because it was just a lot. And especially now with a baby. So Christmas Day, we go to my parents' house, and Christmas has always been really big in my family. Not just so much like the gifts. My mom always did really big Christmas because my parents have always been in the restaurant business. So my parents always had crazy hours, and holidays are your busy time. So we never really got to take vacations around the holidays or go and do a lot of stuff because, when you close your restaurant down, that loses you money. We do close normally on the day of the holiday so that all of our staff can spend time with their family and friends, and that's really important. And we do have like a small, and I own a restaurant now too, so we do have like a small staff that we treat like family. We do Secret Santa as a staff, so that's like part of our tradition. And then every year we take our staff out and we do a big like Christmas lunch dinner, and then everybody exchanges their Secret Santa gifts, and it's just really nice to have everybody that works with us feel at home and like family. So that's important to me too. But every year we go to my parents' house, and they always have like appetizers and stuff because they cook too much food. And then I laugh because we're not one of those families, even like for Thanksgiving, we don't eat at like noon. We eat at like 7 because we end up making too many like snacks and appetizers that like everybody's not hungry that early. So food is a big thing in our family. So this year we actually did a really good, successful keto Thanksgiving. I have to share those recipes. I need to remember to write them down. But we did like a keto cheesecake. We did keto chocolate chip cookies. It was just nice. And like the stuffing we still did, but I didn't really eat very much stuffing. We did mashed cauliflower. We did our turkey. Our gravy was keto. We used arrowroot starch instead of cornstarch. So we just made it work. My cats are going ham. But so that was always a big thing. And like my mom's best friend, who's pretty much my aunt, she always comes over on Christmas and we all do gifts together. And then, we sit down and we watch movies and we talk and we have like a big dinner. We always do, a lot of people do like ham on Christmas. We always do prime rib and like some seafood. And that's the thing. And when I was a kid growing up, I remember always, every Christmas Eve, setting out like the milk and the cookies for Santa and opening one or two presents. And those one or two gifts were always like slippers and Christmas pajamas. So that's something I really want to do with my daughter because it was something that I grew up and I loved doing it. I loved it. It's pajamas. It's not a big thing, but it was just a nice tradition that we constantly had. And it's nice because this year we're actually not traveling because it's our first year with a baby and we figured it would just be a little bit too much travel, within 24 hours for her to be in the car. So it is going to be a little strange not being with my husband's family for Christmas, but it's nice in the sense where in the 8 years, this will be the first Christmas that we've woken up in our own beds. So that's exciting. And I'm excited to do Christmas pajamas as a family and like wake up and make breakfast and, open presents with Harper and just kind of really enjoy and take in those memories. We didn't get her like a ton of stuff. We got her mostly like learning toys, some clothes, some things like that. So I'm really excited to see how her first Christmas is. I mean, she's only 7 months old. She's not really going to remember, but I love seeing like the wonder and the magic like in her eyes when she's like looking at the tree. And like when we were putting the ornaments on, she was like fascinated with like the bulbs that were like glittery. And it's just, to me, Christmas is like so magical, and it's not even about the gifts, but I love gift giving. It's one of my love languages, so that's one of my favorite things to be able to do, and it just gives me so much, not satisfaction, but it just like fills my heart with like that happy feeling of being able to, give somebody and like seeing the joy on their face when they open up a gift. So we're really excited for that. And then Christmas Eve this year, I think my parents are going to come over and we're just going to have like some food. I think my dad's making tamales and my dad's actually from Mexico. And so I had all the good foods growing up. My mom was Italian and Yugoslavian and my dad is Mexican and 20 million other things. So we always had really good food. So, like I said, our holidays are really central around the food. And it's nice because my mom's kind of low carb too, and she uses, the same stuff that I do, and it's just been nice to be able to kind of like use our own recipes, but kind of tweak them to fit into our meal goals. And around the holidays, I'm not so concerned with losing weight. It's more so just maintaining and enjoying myself and making those memories with friends and families. And like every year I used to make like a ton of Christmas cookies and I would bring some to like Tommy's parents' house and, whatever else. And last year, I don't think I did that, but this year I want to make Christmas cookies again, but I'm going to try to tweak my recipes and see how low carb I can get them without sacrificing taste. So look out for those after the holidays. I'll probably be making a video about some of those recipes, and I will also add them to my blog, which was alliesketolife.com. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We don't do a whole lot. We always open stockings last. And it was just always fun. And like, we always just, I don't know. And like at Tommy's parents' house, the way they open the gifts, it goes in the order of age, I believe. So I believe it's always youngest to oldest. And then like, we just rotate. That's how it's always been there. And I'm really excited to, like, I have some stuff that I have to send to my nieces that are in Florida. So we're kind of all over the place this year, but it's nice because when you have your own family, you don't forget the family you come from, but you also tweak and make traditions your own, and you start those traditions with your family that you made. So it's nice to see traditions pulled in from both sides and just be able to kind of really remember that and know why they're important. So yeah, I would love to hear some of your Christmas traditions, so please comment them below. I think it's so cool to hear how many different things there are and like different cultural things, and it's great. Like I know, it's awesome. And I know that some people don't celebrate Christmas, and you celebrate other holidays, and it's just nice to hear what everybody does and like how their family does things. And I remember being little and doing like the Saint Nick thing and putting my shoes outside and that type of stuff. And it's just all those types of things that make really great memories. And I will never forget one year when I was little, we made a bunch of like those Buckeye peanut butter chocolate balls, and like we had our whole dining room table covered. And I remember our dog ate the entire perimeter of the Buckeyes, and then he ended up, because it was chocolate, he ended up getting sick, and like we had to take him to the vet, but he ended up fine, luckily. But it's just like those little things, those quirky things that happen that you remember. And like I always remember my mom having like different wrapping paper for Santa, and I always remember having like the handwritten little stuff from Santa, and I think that was really always cool. The Elf on a Shelf thing is newer. It's after my generation, so we haven't really decided what we're going to be doing with that. But yeah, that's kind of, she's only 7 months old, so she's too young for that. So we have some time to decide on what we want to do. I'm a little indifferent. So post your opinions and your holiday traditions below. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And as always, thank you for following, and I will see you all soon.